evening. I'll go up front.
Good morning, everyone. Here, I could do this real quick. While people are signing on, I just got to do something really quick on my computer. So, it was kind of crazy this morning driving in. It was like really snowing. It was like literally, we called and we took a video because we wanted to show the girls that they were still sleeping this morning. Yeah, it was like really coming down. It was just like, oh my gosh, it's like April 16th. So tomorrow is going to be really cold, so I feel bad for all the kids doing a little like, Easter egg hunt. Hopefully, I am sure the snow's not going to stay. It'll be kind of be one and done. So anyways, we have some new things to show you, some card samples I did, and Mona's going to be doing a demonstration, and she has some great samples to show you as usual.
Okay.
Yeah. What you might want to do is grab you have all the finished stuff? I think that, so we can show them. I can grab them for your demo. So anyways, I'm going to start off. We have more ideology that just came in. So I'll start with that and then go through a couple other new things and then show you some samples that we made. But this I actually, you can probably, if you know me, you know that I love this little container. And it has, in the little sample, they showed that they put little mini ATC cards, but I can see putting a lot of my ephemera and putting things.
I'm trying to go back one screen.
Oh.
And I hit it like 3 times.
Mona's using an Apple. She's used to a PC. So it's... it's so funny because I'm the same way on a PC. I'm trying to swipe and everything, and it's not working. So I love these little containers. I ordered a ton of them because apparently I had a project and a class in mind, so kind of look for that. At this moment, I don't really remember what it was, but I'm sure it'll come to me. Tim also has some great little fabric tape. 2 different designs, and they're just definitely old vintage fabrics. You probably saw these on the sofa or chair of your grandparents' house, but very cool. We've got these little barrel containers, and when I saw these, instantly I thought of somebody doing a Halloween vignette using these and putting all his little skulls inside. I don't know. And then I think Janet was here. She's like, how about flowers? I'm like, yeah, flowers will work too. But so I thought they were really kind of fun. We have more of these label stickers. These are all new designs. And you'll see later because I actually used one from the set that came out in the last release on some cards that I'm going to show you. And Mona actually thought that, she goes, oh, you got a label maker. They actually feel and look like label maker, words. So we have that, and then we have a new vintage clock, which you can create a design inside. And the other thing, if you know me, I collect clocks, so this is really super cool. And we actually have some of the old original clocks, and we'll bring those. I'm going to bring those down and put these together and make a little display. So you can see the little kind of design that was done inside. Just kind of a fun, different piece. So those are the new ideology that came in. The other day, I showed some of the new Taylor products, and I forgot to show these. These are actually little cards that can be used on a monthly calendar, and so you can just color them. And these are just just scripts from the Bible, but I thought these would also make great cards. And you can color these. I think it's almost on I know we've done it before, on a you know, a little bit of a watercolor, but you can use your Copics, you can use your colored pencils. But I thought it was a great little collection of proverbs that would be nice to be used in, you know, you can use them in your projects, but on cards or whatever you choose to use. We had gotten in some from Tonic. This is an A2 Infinity shaker panel, and this is something that we'll demo in a Facebook Live, but not today, but I want to show that we got them in. And they make a shaker card. So this is for an A2. So you would put your entire, let's see if I usually have like a A2 piece of paper here. So you can actually do like this card. You can put all your shaker elements in here. This just kind of holds everything in. Adhere it on all sides. So actually you would adhere it first on 3 sides and then pour all your little shaker stuff in and seal the last one and then put it onto your card base. And it makes a super fast shaker card. So we will go back and revisit these and actually do one to show you how to use them. But just FYI that we have these in if that's something that you'd like to do. Oh my gosh, Spectrum Sherbert collection from 49th and Market. It keeps coming in dribs and drabs, but I think at this point we almost have everything. We're going to be moving Easter today and actually making a really nice display of this and flowers and things to welcome spring, which we hope it's on its way. And I bought this little sign at Joann's, and I was like, oh, hopefully I didn't jinx it. But it's supposed to be spring. Oh. So anyways, these are their 6x8 collection packs. There is the Tidal Wave, the Strawberry Lemonade, and this is just a collection, almost kind of like a, you know, a little bit of a mixed media, kind of grungy, but pretty grunge paper pad. We also have in the ephemera bits from Tidal Wave. And we have the Sherbert. And if you know anything about this company, they have a ton of parts and pieces. And you can see on the back. Ton. And the other thing that we have several different individual sheets of paper too. But for those of you that have been doing a lot of the classes with this with the 49th and Market, know how exceptional the rub-ons are. So we have all these new collection packs of the rub-ons. This one is the Tidal Wave. This is Botanical.
Are you retired yet?
This is the Lemonade and the Leaves. And in the leaves you have both collection, the Tidal Wave and the Lemon Sherbet or whatever. So definitely can't wait to get my hands on and get to play with some of those. We were talking yesterday, what we wanted to start doing is a junk journal class on a monthly basis. And I see a lot of that paper would be awesome in junk journal, you know, just the Sherbet collection. So maybe look for that. I don't know if I showed this when this came in. This is from Elizabeth Class. It's her planner dies. And we plan on incorporate some of those planner dies in our junk journal. And it's going to be a mix of junk journal and a little bit art, you know, using some mixed media and stuff like that. But this is the new retro bus. It's the die, and you can see you have the front and the back, and it will create a book. You have the fender, and just lots of additional pieces to create some really cool projects. You can do cards, you can do a book, you can do your pages. They give you some ideas on this sheet. So it's just a lot of fun. The little VW bus. How many of you guys out there played that game? We used to play, when you saw a Volkswagen, like we called it a punch bug. Did you play that game? Yeah, so, well, we called the RV bus a bump on the log bus. So if you saw the old RV bus and you said bump on a log, you got 50 points instead of 1 point for because they were like far and few between. So and in that collection comes the little stamp set. We'll have a couple pieces of the new release from Elizabeth Crest coming in this week. They had a great new film strip die set and stamp that goes with it. So I got one for me, one for Lucia, one for Mona, Janet. It was like, oh, this one I really have to have because I could see using that. This is a new Thinlits die to create frames if you want to create some kind of 3D designs. In this is just the frame. So these are the pieces that you can create a design like that. So that's new. And last week we showed these new dies and stamps from from MFT, and I will show you what I created. So the first card that I did actually used these dies, and I just colored them with my Copics, and I used a lot of the YR like 21, 23, 24, and 27. Then I threw in a little bit of the brighter yellow of Y08. And it has the little beer tops, you know, some of them have that. And this is where I used from the first label sticker, I put one of the little labels on it. I did a happy birthday. So it made kind of a cool guy card. The second card I did, I incorporated this die from MFT. It's called Big Birthday Wishes, and that's exactly what it's called. And you can't really tell, but the paper on the background has all these numbers on it, woodblock numbers. Kim helped me pull this out. And then I put the little beer mugs going down the center. I put one on here. And actually in the inside, I used the large beer mug die inside, and once again I used one of those little label stickers in here. And what I wanted, you know, because if you could see it close up, Mona asked me, she goes, what did you use on top to make it shiny? And I really wanted to use Glossy Accents, which is perfect to make any kind of image shiny, but it also makes it raised. I did not have a paintbrush I was willing to part with. All my paintbrushes that I have on my desk are really good quality paintbrushes, and I didn't want to ruin it by using Glossy Accents with it, trying to clean it with, you know, acetone or whatever. So on my desk, I had clear nail polish. So you can see that I opted not to do my nails today, but opted to polish my cards. So I did actually 2 coats of clear nail polish, and it gave it kind of, you know, a nice little sheen. I think the first coat just kind of absorbed into the paper, did not affect the Copics at all, and then I put a second coat on it. So if you were here to see it close up,
You would say, wow.
yeah, that's like really cool. So the other thing I wanted to point out, and I did not have any at home, if you guys remember the liquid applique, the snow marker, this you kind of just shake up and pounce down, and you get this little liquid, and this is where you heat it with the heat gun, and it poofs up. Perfect for the little foam, you know, on the beer, but I did not have this at home to do that, so I'm just kind of putting it out there. And we are going to be having a class using these, the beer mugs and the stamp set. I love the stamp set because it has a great variety of different sentiments and stuff. Kim is going to be coming up with a class coming up, hopefully, next month or at the end of next month. So looking forward to see what she does with those stamps and dies. The last thing I'm going to show you is the new release from Heartfelt Creations, the Dragonfly. There's a set of all decorative dragonflies, which are really whimsical. They had the Dragonfly florals, where you get the stamps and die and one dragonfly, and then this beautiful set of Daydream florals. And so this is what I created last night with them. These two flowers are from the Daydream floral set, and I just happened, I have a container of just, oddball die cut pieces that, if I use something and it doesn't work, I kind of put it in a container, and then I just kind of go through and I, find something. So this actually just was a really quick, simple card. The dies cut out beautifully from Heartfelt Creation. I just used this Get Well is actually from my Hero Arts stamp set, and I put some of the little gems, which actually have the colors that actually pick up that I used it with these Copics, and those are Pink Fresh. They're little gems. Gotta love those gems. And then the other card that I did used this particular stamp and die set, and I also used one of the flowers that came from here. And I kind of did it monochromatic. I did it all the same colors. And I used this die from Penny Black, which I have. And this is one of those dies that only cuts the inside. Okay, so it's only going to cut the inside. So what I had to do is, for this piece, what I did is I measured.
Hi, ladies.
I wanted that little frame, so it's going to cut the inside and not the, can we show it next?
Sure.
Okay. Somebody just brought show and tell.
Sorry.
Oh my God. So I think it's like 3 3/4. I cut my paper by 4 3/4. And I put it on, and so it cut the inside. My outside was already cut because that was the size of my paper, and I made that little frame. Then for the outside, I figured out I wanted a little bigger border on it, so I cut it 4 1/2 by 5 3/4. And once again, it cut and made that decorative on the inside. What's kind of hard to see is this bottom one is flat on the card. The top one is raised. So I popped the outside one and raised that. These little flowers were tucked in the first one, but I did put foam tape popping up the tops of the flowers so they are a little bit more 3D. This one I put tucking down into this frame, and once again I put the foam tape under there. And then we have the dragonfly on top. And I used the foam tape to pop him, and more of those little jewels from Pink Fresh. And I also went in and I used my Nuvo, the White Blizzard glitter glue, the clear one, which is called something meadow, I think, and my Wink Castella. So there's lots of subtle sparkles in this card, and I'm happy with the way that they both turned out. Probably in an hour, I got both of these cards made, so they came along pretty fast. So these are the new Heartfelt Creations release that just came in, and oh my gosh. Kristen just brought in a show and tell, and I think what I'm going to have to do is lift my,